After 10 years of looking for new, better, and faster ways of building muscle, falling for the new programs, the new supplements, and morning routines that promised to get rid of the fact that I was training all the time and just looked fat, I realized something brutal. There is no new way to build muscle. There never has been. The way that you will build muscle in 2026 is the same way you build muscle in 2006, 1966, 1886. And in this video, there's two distinct things that you need to do in the gym to build more muscle than ever in 2026. So that by the end of the video, you'll be able to leave the gym after every session with pure confidence that you are growing, you look bigger, and you're not wasting your time. So let's start with the first and most critical thing that you need to do is progressive overload. And progressive overload is just simply doing more than you did last session, because your muscles are only going to respond to the stress that you put on them. And training and lifting weights is that stress that makes them grow. The issue that you have is that when you don't implement progressive overload, you end up just doing the same all the time and your body gets used to it very, very quickly. Surest way to make sure that you are progressively overloaded is logbooking, mate, because without a logbook, how do you know if you're doing more? The same way that when you lose weight, if you're not weighing yourself on the scales, how do you know that you've lost weight? Because if you're starting at 100 kilos, you're only going to know if you've lost a kilo and gone to 99 if you've weighed it and you've got the data there. So if you're not writing down what you lift in the gym, how on earth do you know if you've added 2.5 kilos to your lift? How on earth do you know if you've done 2 more reps this week? The truth is that you don't, and you're just pissing in the wind and you're going in blind. And when you're going to every session blind, you're naturally going to take the session easier because only very, very few people lean into the pain that is lifting weights. And they are usually bodybuilders or coaches themselves. The average person, i.e., you and previously me, you shy away from the pain. So you need that logbook as a visual accountability check to be like, okay, I did 30 kilos for 10 reps last week. I'm going to have to do either 32.5 kilos for 10 reps or 30 kilos for 11 reps, forcing progressive overload and making my body do more, thus stimulating muscle growth. And if you're sitting there and go, well, that just sounds like a lot of work, it's not, because it takes about 30 seconds between sets. But to make it even easier, I've given you my Guaranteed Gains logbooking system where you can just gather out on your phone, put your sets and reps and load in. So it's going to work out if you're progressing or not with a nice big graph and a color coded volume difference that's going to make sure that you're on the right track, progressive overloading and building muscle. And the second thing that you need to do that hasn't changed for the last thousands of years that the human body's been around is you need to train to failure, right? And the simplest way of explaining training to failure is that you need to push your muscles to the point where they're not capable of doing more work. And the best way to know if you're training hard enough is, does your last rep look different to your first rep? Because if your first rep looks clean, looks smooth, looks controlled, looks easy, and then your last rep looks clean, looks controlled, looks smooth, looks easy, your muscles haven't been pushed to the point where they're struggling. So when you're pushing for weights or reps that your body's not done before and your body's struggling, so now your reps are looking grindy, they're not smooth, they're quite hard to complete, and you're not sure you're going to complete them, that's when your muscle is sending a signal to your brain going, shit, we aren't going to be able to handle this. Like, this is hard. We've not done this before. In case we have to do this again next week, because you're going to have to do that because training is a consistent thing, we need to adapt and grow to be able to handle this the next time. The issue that I had is that, like, the second it felt uncomfortable, I just stopped because it hurts, right? Like, who wants to actually put themselves in pain? But realistically, building muscle hurts. Training hurts and you need to lean into it. You can't just go into a set and the second it starts to feel hard, stop, because then you're not giving your body a reason to grow, mate. It'd be like flying to the moon and you're in the Apollo 11 or 13, wherever it is, with Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, mate, and you get to the sun, like you're there, like you're right there. You get to the moon, it's within distance, you can see it with your own eye, and you go, close enough, mate, let's go. Like they haven't completed what they set out to do. It's the same thing. If you're getting to rep 8 and it's starting to hurt and you go, right, okay, just leave it there. You're essentially on the cusp of building more muscle and then just turn your back on it and go, yeah, it's all right, it's enough. And then getting annoyed when you're going in the mirror and you can't see anything. So the two things that remain consistent and you'll always have to do in 2026, 1886, 2166, which to be fair, they probably have drugs that would build muscle for nothing by then. Progressive overload through logbooking and training to failure, which again actually can come through logbooking as well, which underpins both of them. That logbooking is actually a very critical thing to do, which is why you should get the Guaranteed Gains logbook system that I'm going to pull up again. Without these two things, I would say don't even bother going to the gym because you're not going to build anything. But if you want to see my full system for how you're going to build muscle, which includes nutrition and includes training at the same time, go and watch the video that I did, which is the exact system to build muscle without getting fat.